What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and yeah, let's get straight into things. So you'll see that Monday we traded just about into that weekly implied fair value gap and got a strong reaction outwards, closing lower below. Well, it looks like we're about to close lower. There's 36 minutes left, closing lower below Friday and Thursday's lows, which is nice to see. So we're seeing bearish price action, which is completely fine. If you watched yesterday's video, you do remember me saying I did want to see some kind of rallying at the start of the week to create the high. But don't be fooled. I do believe that at some point we will start to see some kind of rallying. But right now, there's a few things I want to bring our attention to. So first of all, it's this bullish order block right here. Yes, it's a doji, as they call them, but it is still a bullish order block. So we're going to look at the open of this, and I'm going to write bullish, daily bullish order block. And this level we need to be careful of because it may still be sensitive to price. So moving into Tuesday, as we trade down into this open, if we turn around at this level, then it's likely we can start looking for potential longs to then start reaching for that weekly implied fair value gap. I will speak more on this once we drop down to the lower time frames, but I do just want to bring our attention to this because this may be like a stumbling stone before we reach down for this sell side liquidity right here. Another thing I want to bring our attention to is this implied fair value gap, which is between here and here. We'll make this orange, and you can see how we're just stabbing inside of that. So again, moving into tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see downwards price action. And then I'm going to be watching very closely once we reach this level to see, okay, does it give way? If it gives way, we can start thinking about this sell side liquidity. But if we get a reaction, then we should be comfortable for longs on dollar and shorts on the pairs. Now let's drop down to the 4 hour and see how price delivered. You can see we just pretty much had a nice downwards projection. We've just traded back into this implied fair value gap right now, but again, moving into tomorrow, I'll be watching very closely this level right here. So let's just bring this order block to the front, and then what you can see is it also lines up with these two down consecutive candles, which is also a 4 hour bullish order block. So this daily bullish order block is also layered now with a 4 hour order block, which is a reason that we need to be careful when price gets here. Furthermore, if you've watched my Y dollar turned video, which I dropped a few days ago, you'll know that I was speaking about original consolidation, and I brought our attention to this range right here. So we need to see now, is this original consolidation still sensitive to price? If it's sensitive to price, like I said, we'll get a reaction, and we should be able to get into comfortable longs on dollar and shorts on the pairs to start running into some higher time, into some premium PD arrays. If this gives way, again, we have this sell side liquidity down here, and we can start thinking about reaching that consequent encroachment I brought our attention to in yesterday's video. So it's pretty simple. It's just a matter of waiting and seeing, obviously, but I mean, like, we need to learn to adjust and adapt as the days go on. So let's go to the hourly now, and you can see we're just in a slight consolidation. Again, here's that original consolidation, and price is either going to react off this level, or we're going to trade right through it and run straight for the sell stops, and we will likely see that happen around the London session. So definitely pay close attention to that. And if you'd like to learn more about original consolidations and all of these more technical terms, definitely join the mailing list. The link is in the description, as I'll have lots of content covering these kind of topics very soon. So yeah, overall, what am I expecting? Well, ideally we do get a reaction here because, like I said, I want to see a rally at the beginning of the week, as in Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, some kind of rallying. So I would like to think that this bullish order block can provide that rally, because then we have these relative equal highs up here to get swept, and then we can we can put in that high of the week once that happens. If this gives way, then it's likely we'll have a reversal maybe on the Wednesday, and then we'll see higher prices later on in the week. But remember, if you've watched yesterday's video, you know that overall I want to see a down close week. So I'm looking and waiting for that, Tuesday or Wednesday rally to create the high. Hope that all makes sense. Let's now head over to GBP USD. So we are going to start on the daily here as well. I do still have all of these dividers, and you remember me bringing our attention to this bullish order block. This bullish order block, I'm not going to mark them out for now. And then, yeah, as you can see, we had an up close day. We're starting to move higher towards that weekly buy side liquidity, completely fine. And the fact that we've closed on a closing basis above this swing high is quite significant to me. And I did want to bring our attention to this order block over here. Now, I know this is from a long time ago, but this is what we'd call a reclaimed bullish order block, this level right here. So I'm not sure if this is going to play out. I haven't really studied reclaimed bullish order blocks that much, so I'm not going to be the one to say, oh, this is the level we're trading to. However, if we are to see high prices tomorrow, the lowest I'd want to see price go is this bullish order block open, because price should be able to use that to springboard higher. So let's drop down to the 4 hour, and you'll see how we have this big 4 hour range right here and 4 hour gap right here. This is that 4 hour reclaimed bullish order block. Let's just write that out. Anticipated 4 hour anticipated bullish order block. Now, I will speak more on this tomorrow if we do trade to it, because it is quite a complicated subject, so to speak, and I don't want to talk on it until we see its behaviors. So I'm just going to leave that there for now. But overall, if we're expecting dollar to continue to trade on lower, as in start to fill this range, then we can expect GBP to probably press on a little bit higher and potentially reach for this buy side liquidity. Now, I doubt it's going to get all the way up there, purely because if GBP is going to take out stops, that means dollar has to take out stops, and we're not exactly anticipating that right now. So that would mean that we need to find some kind of PD array for pound to key off. And what we have up here is a 4 hour bearish order block. So we'll get that marked out like so. We'll make that blue, and then we can write 4 hour bearish order block. And we know now that in terms of premium PD arrays, as price trades into this, we can anticipate a reaction whilst dollar is trading down into our bullish order block from the daily down here. Now, like I said, if this gives way, fair enough, price will probably run on, quite precipitously lower, and that's completely fine. But I'm paying close attention to this level first to see how we treat it. The same way I'll be watching pound. If we get a reaction from the bearish order block, then we can probably expect this, the fall lower to create the low of the week, and then expect higher prices moving throughout Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I hope this is all making sense. It is quite complicated, obviously, but yeah. So here's the hourly, and you can see we're just in a slight consolidation. We still do have the whole of Asia range to form, so we do need to be careful with that. But again, moving into London, we may create a high and then potentially a reversal. And if that's the case, we'd see the low on dollar get created here, and then we can think about longs into these relative equal highs. So that's what I'm looking at to happen. And then once we reach that 4 hour anticipated bullish order block, we have to see how price responds to that as well. So yeah, let's go to Euro USD. We'll start on the daily here as well. And what you'll find is that we did trade up into this bearish order block right here. So we traded up into that and got a slight reaction off it, that's fine. And we've also now created a bullish order block right here. So I'll get this marked out, the open of that. And then moving into tomorrow, again, if we're expecting dollars to trade a little bit lower, we want to see if euro can trade on a little bit higher. So if this bearish order block wants to act correct, it should continue to turn away price. So any kind of rallying we see on euro, we should see it as a false rally before an anticipated reversal to trade on lower. But let's go to the 4 hour, and you'll see how we closed above here very bullishly, just touched down into that daily bullish order block. So again, we can expect some level of rallying before potential reversal to trade lower. Now this is again all assuming that dollar does want to respect this daily bullish order block and this original consolidation. Again, I'll be waiting to see. As soon as we get here, then that will be the deciding factor on whether I'm going to be trading long on dollar for that day, or if I can start thinking about shorts on dollar for that day with longs on the pairs. So let's quickly drop down to the 1 hour. We'll take a closer look, and you can see how we're just in this slight consolidation. We took out these stops today. Again, price may rally, maybe wick above this swing high right here, and then reverse, assuming dollar does want to turn around at this level. Now let's say the complete opposite happens. Let's say we do trade on lower and run straight for the sell stops down here. That's completely fine. We can obviously start looking up for longs on pound to reach for this buy side liquidity target, and then euro, we have our buy side targets as well above this high and this high. However, like I said, I don't think it's going to run for these this early in the week. Ideally, we do see some kind of downwards price action to create the low, and then we can start thinking about the longs moving into Thursday and Friday. So that's my expectations. I hope that all makes sense. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, make sure to go and check that out. It will make all these marking outs make much more sense. Also, if you haven't yet joined the mailing list, make sure to check the link in the description. I've got lots of new content coming. Smash subscribe, smash like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.